What's up guys, Davey here from PhoneBuff.com, and today is the day that Apple announced its next generation iPhone, namely the iPhone 5. So it's not going to be called, the new iPhone, kind of like the new iPad was, but nonetheless, the iPhone 5 is here. It's made entirely of glass and aluminum on its exterior. It's 20% lighter and 18% thinner than the iPhone 4S, weighing in at just 112 grams, and it's 7.6 millimeters thick, so it's going to be a lot easier to hold in the hand, and that's a good thing considering that the iPhone 5 is going to be a little bit taller due to the fact that for the first time, since the iPhone came out in 2007, Apple's bumping up the screen size from 3.5 inches to 4 inches at a resolution of 1136 by 640, so a little bit higher resolution than the 4S. However, the PPI, considering it is a bigger screen, is about the same at 326 PPI. Two reasons why Apple is doing this. One, people wanted it. A lot of people wanted a bigger screen, especially considering the competition like Android and Windows Phone have bigger screens. And two, it brings you closer to that 16:9 aspect ratio, which makes watching movies and videos on YouTube a lot more enjoyable on the iPhone 5 screen. Now, of course, the new iPhone is going to be running the newest version of the iOS, which is iOS 6. By the way, iOS 6 can be released for other iDevices starting September 19th. But anyway, the iPhone 5 is going to have optimized apps for its larger display. So apps like the calendar, for example, are going to be able to show you more information at once compared to the iPhone 4S. Other apps that aren't yet updated for the larger display will kind of display in a letterbox mode, kind of like the iPad. When you download an iPhone app, it has a black borders around it. It'll look like that, of course, not that big of a difference because the resolution difference isn't all that big, but shouldn't take that long for developers to update that anyways. The next thing I want to talk about is the processor. So this is something I'm actually excited about. It kind of surprised me. Everything else I was kind of expecting. So the processor on this guy is not the A5X, kind of like a lot of people thought, considering that the new iPad had that. And in the past, the iPhones pretty much followed the iPad as far as the processor. But this time around, Apple announced the A6 processor, which it says gives you 2 times the CPU performance and 2 times the graphics performance compared to the A5. Not sure if they're talking about the A5X or the A5, but I assume it's the A5 because everything else had been compared to the iPhone 4S before. That's going to be exciting. It's going to give you a lot more performance. Of course, can't wait to put that to the test, but going on, the camera is going to be the same type of 8 megapixel camera that we saw before. Of course, this time it's going to give you 40% faster image capture, so it was pretty much instant before on the iPhone 4S. It's going to be even faster than that now. You're going to get better low light performance. You're going to have panorama mode for the first time, finally on the iPhone, which you're going to take the picture horizontally and pretty much just like drag or sweep your phone across. And once it's done attaching all the pictures together, it pretty much is the equivalent of a 28 megapixel picture. The 1080p video is going to be a lot better with the optical image stabilization, or improved image stabilization, I say. Erase the word optical, I don't know why I said it because the Lumio is in my head. It's going to have improved image stabilization, which should be nice. The front-facing camera is going to be 720p, which is pretty awesome. And what makes it even more awesome is, for the first time, also, FaceTime is going to be activated over cellular. I'm not sure, how it's going to work. I'm guessing maybe only over 4G LTE, but it depends on your carrier. By the way, it's going to be coming out for Sprint, Verizon, AT&T in the US, kind of like the iPhone 4S. Other things to note, that the iPhone 5 has 3 microphones, one at the top, one at the bottom, one at the back, which helps with voice recognition and noise cancellation. The battery life, they say, it's going to be better than the iPhone 4S, which is something that we definitely want. Giving you 8 hours of talk time on 3G. You're going to get 8 hours of browsing on 3G or 4G LTE, and 10 hours of browsing with Wi-Fi, which is pretty nice. Something that's new also with this iPhone 5 is the connector. So you're not going to get that traditional, iPod, iPhone connector that we've had, for a couple of years now. It's going to be an 8-pin charger that you connect. You can connect it either way, so you can put it, upside up or upside down, and it'll actually detect it. So it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, that's going to make it a lot easier than plugging it in normally, at nighttime if you're in bed laying down, try to plug it in before you go to sleep. I mentioned that because, other phones have wireless charging. This is kind of a way that, the iPhone 5 can compete with that. So it doesn't have wireless charging, by the way. No mentions of NFC by Apple. As far as the connector, Apple did say that they're gonna have a little adapter. So obviously, you have a whole bunch of car chargers and home chargers that you may not want to upgrade or buy new ones. You can just buy an adapter and it'll connect to your old pin and then go into the iPhone 5, which is nice. Speaking of accessories, The headphones are going to be changed now. They're actually called ear pods now, which basically are just going to give you a better audio experience. It goes more into your ear canal, and you can hear the music better, which is nice. Color options that are available on the iPhone 5 is black and white, pretty much how it's been since since always. The white is gonna have it's gonna be white on the front. It's gonna have an aluminum back, kind of like the original iPhone. And the black one is gonna be black on the front, of course, and it's gonna have a black anodized backing, which is really nice. I'm really excited to see that. I'm honestly probably gonna get the black one. I don't know about you guys, but that one looked really nice in the pictures. Alright, so that's pretty much it on the iPhone 5. Let's talk about when you can actually get your hands on it. Well, pre-orders start on September 14th, and the device actually starts shipping out, in most countries, including the US, starting on September 21st. Pricing is going to be $200 for the 16GB model, $300 for the 32GB model, and $400 for the 64GB model. So pretty much the same pricing that we saw on the iPhone 4S last year. Of course, the iPhone 4S is going to drop down $100, and the iPhone 4 is going to drop down to free. Pretty much the same strategy that we've seen Apple, do for the last couple of years. Of course, all this is with a 2-year agreement with your carrier. But that's pretty much it for me in this video. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited about the iPhone 5? Are you guys disappointed by the news? Were you expecting something more? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, because I'll be comparing the iPhone 5 as soon as I get my hands on it to the iPhone 4S, and of course some of the other high-end devices out there like the Samsung Galaxy S3 and the Nokia Lumia 920 when that drops. Alright, that's it from me in this video. Thank you for watching.